had this topic. It's a wild topic, by the way. Let me pull up my
I'll believe it
notes.
when I see it.
Okay, so you know Forbes, right? Everyone knows Forbes.
Okay.
So yeah, I assume you know Forbes.
Yes.
So there are some prominent figures that have been on Forbes. Do you know this? Do you know?
Well, yeah.
On the covers, and I also want to say that they have a list. And
Okay.
do you know what this list is?
What's
It's called 30 Under 30. Have you heard of it?
I mean, just now.
Okay, so let me introduce you to a couple of. So Forbes occasionally does this list called Forbes 30 Under 30, and they also do like covers of like entrepreneurs and famous people, and they put them on their magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Two very famous people that have been on there, that have been spotlighted, are Elizabeth Holmes and Sam Bankman-Fried.
Ooh, nice.
So
Sounds good.
So this list, I believe it was on Forbes 30 Under 30,
Yeah.
had this this entrepreneur called Charlie Javice.
Tell me more.
And she had joined in the ranks of Sam Bankman-Fried and Elizabeth Holmes for her
Nice.
company Frank.
What's
So,
that?
so have you heard about this company?
No,
Okay.
legitimately no. Before I knew stuff, but this time no.
So Frank is this it's supposed to help expedite the process of getting loans for school, right? It's like getting aid for school, for university. So they pitched it as that. They had a user base. You know what I'm talking about now?
It's like jogging memory. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So JP Morgan Chase bought this
A
company.
small company. JP Morgan Chase. Yes.
Yeah. JP Morgan Taste bought this company for $175 million.
175 million.
And it was a college financial planning company.
It wasn't a financial company. Was it a planning company?
No, it was a financial planning company.
Financial.
A college financial. That's key.
Okay.
It's key. So, but by the way, after they bought it, they soon realized that their what they were told was their user base was actually smaller than what it was. So they reported that they had 4.2 million active users.
That's a pretty good amount.
Yeah, that's a good amount, right? But after they bought it, what they had found out is that they only had 300K.
That's a pretty inflated number.
It is a hugely inflated
How
number.
did they think that was okay?
The company's founder walked away with $50 million in her
Still?
pocket. No. So
Oh,
this
they
is
got it.
yeah,
Oh, okay, got
so
it.
I want to ask you, what do you think about the inflated number? Why do you think that they would lie about this?
Ooh, good question. I think they would lie because like they wouldn't get the high valuation, or they wouldn't even get an offer from JP Morgan Chase like to buy their company if it was like, oh, we have 300. Like, yeah, so what? Like, come on. 4 million is a lot of people.
4 million is a ton of people, and they knew that the only reason they wanted this company was because of its user base.
Oh, that's extra bad then.
Yeah, so that's literally the only reason they wanted this company was because they said that they had 4.2 million. But I want to go back and talk about.
Do they have 4.2 million now?
No, they only had 300K.
It's
It's not a lot of people in the grand scheme of things for the amount of money paid. It's not a lot of people.
I think they thought they could just grow it with their teams, but I guess obviously not.
Yeah, I mean, if you had a starting base of 4.2 million, that's already something. But no, it's pretty bad. But I wanted to talk to you about this.
Okay.
I want to roll back to the Forbes 30 Under 30. There's this tech investor called Chris Bake with 2 Ks. He mentioned that the Forbes 30 Under 30 have collectively raised $5.3 billion in funding. So in general, just like the amount of money they raised.
For the 30 people have raised that many billion?
Yes, and that's for 2023, I believe, or 2022. But the Forbes 30 Under 30 have also been arrested for fraud and scams worth $18.5 billion. So you could see that they've defrauded about $13 billion.
If only they had an inverse index on, on the 30, Forbes 30 over under 30.
So I didn't have a question for this. I just wrote that's a lot of defrauding. I was gonna ask you a question, but I was like, this is just a lot of defrauding. I don't think there's.
Man.
Yeah,
they should just make a social platform for like people frauding each other.
So this is I guess I want to say
oh my goodness.
that if you're on this Forbes 30 under 30 list, you're most likely defrauding some company. You're
stealing
people.
from somebody.
Yes, it's a crazy. It's like, can you imagine? It's like these people have raised I don't it goes
astronomical amount of money.
Yes, and then they have also defrauded an astronomical
way more.
Okay, so the other thing I want to know, or the other thing I wanted to say is that there's a lot happening in this story too. So just bear with me for a sense. So when do you know that something is too good? I want to talk about I do want to talk about like Elizabeth Holmes, and I did want to talk about saying Bankman-Fried, because everyone was talking about like these people, right, being the next big thing, right? So I have this quote here, and it says, "You know it's time to get out when the shoeshine boy starts giving you stock tips." And the shoeshine boys are the financial YouTubers of the 1920s. So are you essentially like, if you're on the Forbes 30 under 30 list and everyone's talking about you, do you think that there's only decline from there because that's at their peak?
That they're on the peak of 30 under 30?
Yeah, because they've made it to the Forbes list. These people have made it onto the Forbes list. These people have essentially are at the top of their game. Do you think it's only downhill from here? Because everyone's talking about them.
I don't. I mean, for the people who defrauded, yeah. But I feel like if you're the people on that aren't defrauding people somehow, as unlikely as that is, if you're not defrauding people, I feel like they're trying to show off or showcase people that have a lot of momentum behind them. So it's not just that they've made it already, but they have a lot of momentum. If the people who were defrauded everybody, if their claims are actually true, then their predictions, their models of like these 30 people are like the hottest thing going forward would be correct, and like they would be, the next Elon Musk, turning like literal batteries to gold,
Yeah. So I also have another. I wrote some more down. I'm just if you see me on video, I'm just reading off some of my notes that I have here. I want to say this, and I want to know your opinion on it. My barber, by the way, this was like in 2020, by the way, like 2021. My barber, I had to go to this different barber, but my barber,
because he recommended you stock tips.
Yeah. So my barber, who was wearing a Gucci belt and an LV bag while cutting my hair, was talking about AMC stocks. And I was like, he's like, you should invest into AMC. And I was like,
relatable.
Yeah, I was like, dude, you have a Louis Vuitton crossbody bag, you have a Gucci belt, and you're telling me how much money you're making off AMC. And I've never, by the way, only time I went back to him twice, by the way. He cut my he was cutting my hair.
And then he covered it up.
Yeah.
Wait.
No, he didn't cut this time. I didn't go back to him for a while because they were literally charging like $70 for a haircut.
$70 for a haircut.
Making so much. He was like, I'm making so much money off of haircuts right now because no one was getting a haircut.
Oh, because of the pandemic stuff.
Yeah. So,
but like
he was talking
$70.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was literally like one of the only
insane.
Guys. It was actually a little less. I think it was like 50, but it's still a lot. Yeah, it's still a lot.
Jesus.
Okay, but I did want to talk about this other portion of it. So Patrick Boyle, who is a YouTuber, by the way, but he's also a hedge fund manager and a university professor and a former investment banker. And he put out a video talking about this, by the way. And this is originally where the story was coming from. Yes. And to summarize some of the things he said they looked at 549 cover stories. They did a study and they looked at 549 cover stories over 3 business magazines in 20 years. and they found that the positive stories generally indicated the end of a superior performance, and negative news that the coverage, if the coverage was about negative news, it indicated that the end of a poor performance are coming. So let's say if a business magazine put good performance, it usually meant that that's where they peaked, and then if they put bad performance, that's usually where the bad performance ended. This was a study done over 20 years, by the way.
Okay.
And I want to know, it's like, what do you think about this? Do you think that it's true? Given some context about this too, they also looked at 500 days before and 500 days after the publication.
Oh, wow.
So so they looked at this for many years. And if you see on the stories, if it's positive, it's like I mentioned, it's usually at the end of a good period.
Yeah, because I guess it's reporting on a trend. That like, if the thing is, like, if you're reporting in these types of things, you need to have like a clear trend. And I feel like if they're reporting on a clear trend of upward trajectory, at that point in time, it's already too late.
Yeah,
it's already previous news. Or do people see, like, when like you said, like, that this is the peak, and then it's time to jump ship. You need to, like, leave while we're ahead.
Yeah, this was I think it was written on Bloomberg about this. I came in with my facts. I came in with my facts today on all this.
That's true.
I just thought it was a wild story, and I wanted to also ask you,
what was your opinion on it? Do you think, like, that holds true though?
I do think it holds true to some extent, especially with the amount of data that they looked at and the amount of years. But I do want to ask you this, and this is, would you want to be on the cover of Forbes magazine? That's and would you want to be there on good or bad, for good news or good press or bad press?
Define good. All press is good press.
Wait, before also he answers, you as the wait. You as the viewer, comment down below on what would you be, because I think this is wild. If you would want to be on the cover of Forbes.
Oh man,
I want to see the range of different types of people if they would want to even be on the magazine. Because I would want to. I think I would.
Yeah,
I think I would, because
you're the pinnacle of, like, business, and that means the king, whatever.
I think that I don't know if I would want to be on there for good.
For good or you would want to be for bad?
I think because at
like,
least
at
least there's only upside.
Okay, here's the question: is it bad, like you losing money, or bad as in, like, you defrauding money?
No, I would not. I would losing money. I don't want to be defrauding people. I do not want to be defrauding anyone, especially because. Yeah, and it's just okay. I was gonna say Sam Bankman-Fried, this new person from Frank, who defrauded. Essentially, she's getting sued by J.P. Morgan Chase, and then Elizabeth Holmes. Just all these people. It's crazy what's happening.
I think I would be on for a mixed reason.
There is no mix. I did
it
not
would be.
give that
It depends
option.
on who is asking.
No,
it'd be like this. So they're like, oh. It'd be like FTX, except everybody made money, and, like, we don't understand we don't understand where he's making this money, and they're like, I don't either.
He's just defrauding people.
No, I'm not defrauding people. Nobody gets. That's, like, the thing. Like, nobody can understand how I make the money.
Scheme.
No. And then everybody leaves, and everybody made money.
Oh my god!
And we have no idea how he made money. The IRS is, like, going in, like, it looks all legit. I don't understand. That would be the bad thing.
When the IRS is involved, it's usually a bad thing.
No, it's because they're suspicious of how you made
what
the money.
Heck?
Like,
I would be suspicious.
I put your account into here, and then the machine tells me you have more money. It's like, oh, great.
You know what the most wild thing about all of this is?
What's up?
That I'm wearing an Enron hat.
Oh.
I'm wearing an Enron hat too.
False. Fake news.
Oh my god. But I just thought it was wild. I thought it was a wild story. I thought it was
wild story. I think you moved on from it a bit for a while.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay, we could go on to the next topic.